Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Otter Brewing. These guys are up in Vermont, I think. Yes, they are. Uh, this is their Russian Imperial Stout. This thing comes in at a 10%er, guys. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and he writes 2013 edition of Otter Creek Russian Imperial Stout. Wow, this is 5 years old, guys, in the bottle. He purchased a 4-pack of this back in 2014, and it was 10 bucks. Not too bad for a 10%er. I mean, that's a big beer, guys. It's not a bourbon barrel aged version or anything like that. I reviewed this back in 2013. And this is a 2013 edition, so I don't know. I didn't go back and look whether I did a 2013 or a previous year for this beer back then. He says it was bottled on February the 4th of 2013. It was hard to see, so he put a sticker on it, and I see the sticker here on the back. So this is what we have to, we're going to re-review this for the 2013, 5 years in a bottle, and see how well it aged, guys. So, commercial description on this. It's a pretty long one, I remember, yep. So let me read this to you. It says 65 IBUs on Untapped. Every so often we brew this utopian stout that manifests flavors of caramel, chocolate, and coffee. This silky smooth motor oil black brew clocks in at 10%. Like the first stouts brewed for Russian czars, this offering is big, bold, and built to last. Grab a few for the cellar, a couple for your comrades, and enjoy, because like the czars of yesteryear, this beer won't be around for long. So I don't even know if they're still producing it or what the story is on this, guys. I haven't seen any of their beers recently. They are not available at the Kroger store down here where I buy some of my beers. This is probably one of those that you would actually have to pick up at a beer store. And I don't recall seeing anything from these guys down here. Maybe the one I did back then was sent to me then. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't go back and look. I don't know what the distribution is for Otter Creek, whether they are available in Virginia. Like I said, I don't recall seeing anything lately from these guys around here. So that is all. We got the ABV, we got the IBUs, and we got the bottled on date. So it is time. We got the commercial description to get it into the glass. A little bit of hiss, not much smoke coming out. So let's get this thing in there. I don't know how carbonated it'll be, so we'll pour it down the center. Doesn't look like it has a whole lot of carbonation. Food pairing, it says general chocolate, dessert, digestive. Glass for the pint, back a Nonic tumbler snifter. I got my favorite tulip glass, and it says here you can sell it for a long period of time. This is not going to pour any head at all on this one, guys. And that happens a lot on these bigger beers, the 10%ers in this style. It's not even covering the top of the beer here, guys. It is pitch black, like they said. Looks very much like a Russian Imperial Stout. To the nose we go. Roasted malt. And there's some black molasses and some bittersweet chocolate. Does have a nice sweetness on the back end. I'm not getting any alcohol on the nose for the being at 10%. Smells very nice. Let's dive in. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. a little bolder presence of the malt, the chocolate, bittersweet chocolate too, and the molasses than the Baltic Porter from Smutty Nose we did yesterday. A little bit better mouthfeel, more like a medium to full, where yesterday was thin to medium. Tastes pretty damn good for a beer that's been in the bottle 5 years. This beer is going to keep for a while. I'm not getting any coffee notes. Probably would have if you had this fresh. Being 5 years in the bottle, those notes probably faded plumb out by now. Some of these beers that's you're supposed to get coffee, the coffee is there a little bit more stronger than some of the others. It just depends on how old the beer is and how much coffee was used and the type of coffee. This seems to be very, very pleasant, guys. I don't think it's world class or outstanding. It's not blowing my hair back or my socks off or anything, but seems to be a very tasty beer that has sold very well for a 5-year-old beer in the bottle. Like I said, well, the only thing I can say right now to make this beer better would to be put it in a bourbon barrel for a while and get a little bit of those bourbon notes. But for what it is, it tastes very, very tasty right now. So, well, let's let this thing come up to room temperature since it is a dark Russian Imperial Stout. See what we end up with. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sipping on it for a while now. Been very well with the cigar that I was smoking out on the deck. Tasty beer, guys. Alcohol is super well hidden for 10%. It's got the ABV, the IBUs, and the bottle on date on the bottle. All 3 bits of information that we need to make an educated purchase as craft beer drinkers. I enjoyed this beer. This is a great final beer of the evening. Like I said, the only thing I could say to make this beer better, put it in a bourbon barrel, and they may do a version of that. I'm not sure. I've never had that version. But it's a very tasty beer. It's not outstanding, world class, or anything like that. I've had better. I've had worse. But for what it is, it seems to be very, very tasty. So let's, didn't pour any kind of head and didn't leave any lacing on the glass. So was kind of disappointed with that. But it is a tasty beer, guys. Very well made. That alcohol is super well hidden for 10%. This would get you into trouble if you're not drinking at home. If you're drinking this out in a bar or a brew pub, just be careful. 2 of these beers, you're well over the limit. Hope you have a designated driver or something, taxi, Uber, or whatever to get home. Significant other, somebody that's not drinking. So, delicious. Final chug. I enjoyed this beer. Very delicious. Thank you, Rico. I do appreciate it, my brother. For a beer that's been in the bottle for 5 years, selling very, very well, guys. I do think it's an A beer. I'm going to give it A-. 92 from me on this one. I did enjoy the mouthfeel on this, and the Russian Imperial Stouts have that more complex taste and a better mouthfeel than the thinner porter versions do, even though they're bigger. They were like the Baltic we did yesterday at 9%. That's a big porter. So very, very tasty beer, guys. 92 for me. Let's go over to Beer Advocate. They say 4.02. That's in their A- scale also. Over to Untapped, they have it at 3.89. Grading on the curve still, to me, that's in their B+. Kicking on the door to be an A-. But those guys are usually pretty reliable on what they're commenting on. But I think it's a tad better than what these guys are giving it, especially with all the information that's on the bottle. So that's why I gave it what I gave it. So, if you've had this one from Otter Creek Brewing, this is a Russian Imperial Stout. This one is 5 years old, guys. Like I said, I don't know how often they produce. They do it every year or not. But this one sells pretty well. So, if you've had the 2013 edition, let me know what you think. Until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.